All right, so today's video, we're watching a Gold 4 tank on PC. They're only going to be playing Sigma, Ramattra, Mauga, Zarya, and Doomfist, so not playing too many heroes in this. They say, honestly, overall a decent game, but I feel I switched too much this game. I also feel some of my positioning and plays were not very good, and I'm trying to improve. Both teams somehow pushed the cart well into overtime, and I'm partially afraid that it was due to my poor defense. I was once plat 5 in tank, but after the new comp changes, I seem to be dropping gradually. Overall, this match was very exciting. Funny stuff and intense fights. Would appreciate this watch. Now, I will say this. A lot of tanks are struggling with that. Even me. It's not uncommon that's happening. Tank is definitely in a unique spot, to say the least. Also, I do want to point out you're on a Mercy Lucio comp to start from the get-go, so already you need to kind of adjust your playstyle a little bit. Your team is not known to be the best support line when it comes to like being able to keep a tank alive, or anybody at that point. It's a tougher comp. So be careful. You're not going to get healed a ton, which means you have to reduce the damage, and you also want to play your distance against the Ramattra. All right? So just be careful. All right? Remember, you don't even need to be that close to make the play that you're making. Good start. Good damage output, though, to start. I like it. Good aim on Sigma so far. I've been happy with your projectile aim here. It's been nice. And James, thanks to the 6 months with the feature prize. Thank you. Appreciate it. You said, are most people lower with the new range changes? I don't think that's the case. I think it's like, it kind of went both ways in that sense, where like, some players saw themselves go back down a little bit, like, a little bit, and then other players saw themselves climb. It was supposed to be like a rank, not a rank squish, but like, it was basically to center more people towards gold, and then from there, you see where you end up. If I'm correct. I think that was the whole idea behind the rank reset. So far, so good, by the way. This has been a good start. Wonderful. The classic, you definitely wanted to get the Ashe, and you went behind the wall and got the Ramattra that you didn't even know was there. I do that all the time. It's my favorite. Remember, you have a Pharah shooting at you. That's why you're getting low. Be careful. They know that you just use your cooldown, too, so if they get... Oh, they're not even close at all. You're fine. Little side note, one thing you can do there to help out your Pharah, even though they didn't die there, is throw your shield towards them, so it will block the damage. I do that sometimes if I have time. If my Pharah ults, I throw my shield towards them, and it will absorb some of the damage, if not all of it. So... Ma'am? All right. I mean, you've had a good start. I will say that. But once again, I want you to remember the comp you're on. So in this situation, you're trying to back up, right? Because you're on a Mercy Lucio comp, you have to recognize that you're not going to get much healing. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to get much burst healing. So what I would like to see you do in this situation is I want to see you die in the cart. Because if you die in the cart there, you're going to be in a much better spot than you were in general. All right, it's time.
Rocket barrage incoming.
Actuating the barrier.
All right, here we go. Oh, wait for it. All right, got the LM. Nice. This is like such a unique game. It feels like your team's dominating. But like not at the same time. Little side note there, I will rock the bob too sometimes, but okay, that's on you. But I usually do it when like I need to bob, like rock bob. So like you didn't need to rock bob, is what I'm saying. And that happens there though too on the rotate, like it's still fine. Okay, here we go, it's time. Huge beat. Okay. Oh, my head open up. There you go. Yeah, it was a huge rock. Yup, rock is correct. What rank is this? Gold. I mean, it's been good Sigma gameplay so far. I'm not really upset with it. I actually think the projectile aim has been fairly accurate. I feel like you've kept your distance on what they're running. Now you're on a much better support comp, so you can take a little bit more poke damage. Like, I think you've been playing fairly well. I'm not really like... It's a longer game, so like a lot can happen, but I've been okay with it. Like, my only concern that I have with you here is like, remember, you don't want to face tank Nemesis form. And as like tanky as you can feel at times, it's not a good idea to take as much damage from their Ramattra. And the reason being is I'm not worried about the Ramattra getting the limb on you. I'm worried about the... By the way, you can stand in front of the Pharah there and use your E. If your Pharah is that low to the ground, you can use your E to block most of the damage to the Pharah. But to continue on as to what I was talking about there, yeah, the Ramattra may not be able to kill you there, but the moment one of their DPS hits you and puts the DPS passive on you, that Ramattra's value has been like... has gotten so much more value than it initially did, because they won't be able to, your team won't be able to keep you healed at that point. Also, I want to give you an ult time, and you just watched a Moira right in front of your face use Fade. I would have ulted that right there. Because you're going to get a free pick and a free limb on them. Now, granted, you might be able to get a good ult off here again. Okay, you're good now. I was going to say they had beat, but yeah, you could have ulted this much sooner. But at the same time, it's all hindsight. Your team's doing fairly well. I say that, and then you get charged by Orion, which is an absolute classic. Sometimes... and this is all dependent on the player, I don't mind just you using your ult here to get beat out. I'm not even kidding you. Will that be a good play? I don't know. Once again, it's hindsight. I only say it because like I don't want to give them too much time. And the more time you give them right now, this is good. This is actually good. They waited to use beat anyway. I was going to say, the longer you wait, the easier their play is, and they can just use beat aggressively. So that worked out. Won the team fight. A little bit of an overzealous ult by your... Pharah, like it looked good in the kill feed, it wasn't necessary. Sometimes the looks really good in the kill feed ultimates, but it wasn't a necessary ultimate, can sometimes be the worst ultimates. Not from like the value of it, but like more along the lines of like you won that team fight. It'd be nice to have it now and not then. Hard. It is tough though to dictate when a team fight is won/lost, so I get it. But oh, there we go again. Nice classic charge. There you go. Break their shield. Break their shield. Put your shield up now. Nice. Stand in front of that was the, by the way, chat, that play by the Sigma right there, in my opinion, was the correct play. Because your Bastion was in a bad spot in the middle of the open doing their Bastion ultimate, so you take the charge to guarantee you're the one to get charged. Now, if they get you, but at least your Bastion doesn't die. Big slam. The classic Ryan's behind you, but they somehow got the back of like your toenail. Now, yup, rock. I like what I'm seeing. Yep, rock again. The classic, you didn't know if you were going to hit your rock, so you just started shooting somewhere else. I do it all the time. Be careful, though. Little side note there. I know your shield isn't at full, but try to use your shield in the air there. So if you throw your shield up really quickly, you can use your shield to hide behind, and you can take a little bit less damage. Honestly, it becomes even more important now, because if you can somehow get out of combat during that 5 seconds by using your shield, you can actually get some really good plays. But yeah, they just overtime spawned you. I mean, honestly, like, you just straight up, like, some teams just win in overtime because they just play better. All right, you went Ramattra. Now, I will say, I don't mind this because they had a Reinhardt towards the end there. I will say Reinhardt is much better against Sigma. So going Ramattra here is, if you don't want to play Rein or aren't good at Rein, I think is a very good option. I actually like your choice here. I do also want to point out, though, you are running a pretty unique comp here in the sense that if the DPS shoot at you, your Life Weaver is going to struggle to heal you because the Mercy is usually healing the Pharah. So, Mercy is healing you now. But you are going to struggle a bit here because of the team comp you have. So, first of all, nice Vortex. Just be wary of that, all right? Be careful. You don't need to... The best thing you can do is keep numbers here, okay? So, like, yes, you went in there, you did a little bit of damage here and there, but you also need to understand that you just got to pick early on. So the worst thing that you can do there is give them a free pick. You already gave them one free pick, and then your res saved that, but then you gave them another pick, and guess what? The Lucio, the Pharah is almost back from spawn right now. So you lost your timing. And a lot of that is how you break out of spawn, is like you chip them down, and you eventually go in. But if you chip them down, and then let them just destroy you the rest of the way, you're just not going to be in a good spot. Big slam! Honestly, I don't know if they saved you or made that worse, so we're just going to leave it at that. It's one of the two. Wait. Okay, I'm ready. You know they don't have Shadow now. You just go on the Rhine, yeah. Go on the Rhine, force out a support ultimate. There it is. They're going to counter with beat. Nope. Oh, they did beat. Wow. I don't know if that was good beat timing or bad beat timing. We're about to find out. Right click at a certain point. Nice job. I always say that because I get caught into that same type of play style where like I try to go for the I get caught in that same play style where I think I can get so much more with my ultimate, and then I go for it. There's a health pack behind you. I don't know if they got it, but there is a health pack behind you. Just so you know, health pack awareness. Health pack awareness is important on maps. Do they have good aim for gold? Yeah, I'm not really worried about their mechanics. I'm more worried about, like, it really just comes down to, it's not even necessarily positioning, it's just their decision making. It's just their decision making. That's it. And even then, like, the decision making's been okay. But, like, you know what? If we're gonna watch a VOD, there's things you need to clean up, and I think that will be the number one thing, so. I mean, I don't know where some of the health packs on Antarctic Peninsula are at either, you know? Just kill the Lucio. Kill the Lucio. Don't worry about anybody else. Just kill the Lucio. Here you go. You're good. They clearly weren't going for the point anyway, so don't give them a reason to go to the point. You're a Wrecking Ball main. You don't underestimate the health packs. You're doing it right. Well, I mean, a lot of the things they have in the game now, they're trying to make it so you have to worry about your teammates healing you as much with, like, the support, like, the passive, which actually, believe it or not, I didn't know what to expect from, like, the passives in general when it comes to, like, the healing passive they have, but I actually think it's a good quality of life change. I'm not even kidding you. Like, even after when I played a bit of Rivals, Marvel Rivals, it was like I already got used to, like, the health regen, and I'm like, damn, I kind of, you know what? I feel like it's just a part of Overwatch now. I don't mind it as much as that's a big slam. I didn't see that one coming from a mile away. Don't mind the Ramattra ult here. This is fine. Go into defensive mode soon, otherwise you're going to fall over. Good job. You don't even need the limb. Oh, wait, for anybody who when you're playing Ramattra, remember that you can cancel your ultimate too. So if at a certain point you feel like you just aren't going to be able to stay alive, a really quick play you can do is go out of Nemesis form from your ultimate, go back into Nemesis form to give you a bit of an armor boost, and then go into defensive mode. And you can survive that. Nice play there. Good job. So just remember that. Like I said, I've been actually really happy with their gameplay. Like I said, most of it just becomes down to decision making. And a lot of it's like very, like, not even the biggest issue. Like, I think you'll be able to climb. Straight up. See, using the vortex, like, what was good about that vortex, by the way, people are like, oh, but the Lucio gets out. But you've made the Lucio have to reroute to where they were going. And that in itself is a dub with your vortexes. So it's a good idea. You basically predict where they're gonna go, not where they're at sometimes. And when you do that, it leads to really good opportunities. So, yeah, that was a good job. Got a pick there. Obviously, they did switch Mauga, which is unfortunate for you because I feel like Mauga is one of the tanks in Overwatch right now that forces you to have to go against, like, Mauga against them. So, yep. Which can be tough. Which can be tough. Doing good. So that was a sad Ayari ultimate? I mean, listen. Not every Ayari ultimate can get 5 of them and then chain to all 5 of them and be a better pulse bomb. But most will. They have beat. You have a time in here they can Moira ult the combo, but be careful here. The reason why I, like, knew you were going to ult that, coming from experience in that one, it never works against that. Thankfully, there was an EMP last second after all your teammates died. I was getting concerned that at some point there that you wouldn't use the EMP when they were all down, so thankfully that happened. Of course, as I've been saying, I do find that I'm forced to have to flex into Mauga a little bit more than I want to have to. I don't mind playing Mauga. It's just like it forces the mirror. So good charge. All right, not bad. Good charge again. Do I think they cap this? I mean, yes. Mainly because I'm super smart, not because I know that if I hit the replay viewer, I saw that they both capped it. But still, I am super smart, so I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Remember, you still get the value after the gold's gone, so just keep on fire and then right-click them. They got rid of that at the beginning, so the risk is a little bit better against Mauga. So wait, let me get this straight. Their other tank on Mauga forces you to go Mauga, and then instead of just staying on the Mauga mirror, which would be a better option for them right now, they go to what they think is the counter swap to counter swap right away. Wonderful use of your ultimate. You're using that as a shield, not to get him in there. Wonderful. I mean, you're playing well. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. I don't actually see this and get mad at too many things that we've seen. Well, they went Orisa to try to counter the Mauga, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if Orisa quite counters Mauga the way that Orisa used to. The reason why Mauga is so good is because you have a lifesteal. So you just literally just use your cardiac overdrive, and then you basically become unkillable. Orisa, you still have to have good position, and they got rid of some of the cooldowns recently that made Orisa a little bit worse, which rightfully so with not, getting Orisa out of the meta. But Mauga, like, them switching off of Mauga there against you to go Orisa actually benefits you. Because at that point, you're just going to play well. Is this an Ego VOD? Not really. I mean, could it be an Ego VOD? Maybe. I mean, they're playing well, but I think this is more of like, they just want to know why they're not back in plat after being in plat. Sometimes players just need to see that they're doing it, that they're playing correctly, and it can give them that confidence boost that, okay, I'm on the right track. So, I mean, honestly, you kind of have an advantage against their Ramattra, too, if I'm going to be honest with you. Nice play. Good engagement. Quick ult charge. You got their Moira, so as long as you don't overfeed, you should be able to win this team fight right away. Like, you're good. Yeah, I mean, Lucio just fell off the map right in front of you. Wonderful. You know what? If it doesn't happen on Rialto, then... And now they have 20 seconds. All right. A little bit too overzealous there, but you did use your cardiac overdrive, which we talked about earlier, which is a lifesteal for not only your teammates, but for you, and a damage reduction. So it's a damage reduction and a lifesteal. Little side note there, it's okay if you want to go to the health pack. You have time to do that. Cardiac overdrive. They can still kill you during it. Keep that in mind. Use your charge. Use your charge. Help your teammate's ultimate. Nice. I don't even mind that, by the way. You had two options. You go to the health pack and disengage, or you go in and you try to help off your teammate's play. I'm fine with either or. It's okay to charge a point here because you're going to get your ultimate off the damage. Use your cardiac overdrive. Oh, okay. Honestly, I would have done the same thing. Great play. Yup, rock. I honestly would have done the exact same thing. I'll be real with you. As long as they don't get off the cart there, they should be... Wonderful. Good play. Wait, why'd you go Zarya here? What was the reason behind the Zarya? I mean, if it works, it works. I was trying to figure out, like, I don't know. I thought you were fine on your hero selection. Oh, that's a Mei wall. I would have been fine with, I mean, looking at their comp, Ramattra would have been a good swap again because they have the Rhine. Sigma if they didn't have the Rhine. Even Mauga again if they wanted to. Like, I don't mind Zarya here. I'm just more of like, why did you go Zarya? And now they're on Rhine, so it's like, okay. Yeah, their Lucio fell off the map again. I know, I don't even get surprised by it now with how much their Lucio falls off the map. It might have been 2 times, but that's enough for me. All right, here we go. Uh-oh. Good pick for your team. Good start. Good everything. Bubble. I'm gonna be honest with you. And Chad doesn't hear me say this too much. I feel like that was on your team right there. They just kind of left you out to dry on the cart. Am I wrong? No. The bubbles, though, wouldn't have even mattered. The whole team left them. And I barely say that, but, like, you're probably going to win this still. And, like, yeah, I'm not saying that Zarya pick was the best, but, like, they kind of got left on an island there. You see that? Like, they were just by themselves. What the? Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Like, watch this punch on the Ashe. Like, look at this. Would you have expected the Ashe to end up there? Like, what in the world is that? For the most part, I would actually say you're playing fine. I think you can actually get back to plat easily. Considering, like, we watch a lot of gold games, etc., I really do think you can get back to plat. I just feel like for you, just, you know, trust your hero picks sometimes. You don't have to randomly go Zarya just because you want to go Zarya. Like, there was no rhyme or reason as to why you went Zarya. You know, just keep paying attention to your hero selection. Sometimes be a bit more proactive. But honestly, like, you played fairly well. Like, can I see the Ashe's point of view of that one? I just think you played well. I think, like, you know, work on, you know, like the small things like positioning and all that. But yeah. I just love how, like, their camera was just them stuck, like, going, what the heck's going on? Anyway. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't, leave a comment, all of that helps. If you want to submit your own Spectating, look in the description below, you'll see my Discord, that's where you can do pretty much submit anything. We also record these live on stream. If you look below the webcam, you can see the Twitch chat right there, so stop by if you haven't. And with that being said, hope you have an amazing day/night.